to Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough, part 26.
Buenas noches, everyone.
Buenas noches, something, 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 something. I forget the words. It's technically French. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, let me...
No, what am I doing?
What?
I actually, for whatever reason, I decided I thought, oh, I should click the PS4 broadcast and watch there. I'm like, oh no, haven't you? You've been on this entire live stream, Cole. Don't do shit like that. Oh.
Let me just promote this to some of the gang.
All right, let me make sure the audio is working nicely. Hang on. Yep, we're good.
Alrighty.
We're good.
Hang on.
And we got someone watching us. So hello, person who is watching.
We have two people.
Well, one of them is me, but there's another person, so.
Alright, so let's see where, well, Cole, I'm going to show you where we left off. So, I'm now at level 59.
59, good.
Yep, I almost got level, I wanted to get to level 60. I got my Valor limit and Wisdom form and Master are at least 5 to 6, respectively. Good. I didn't want to leave them all away, I'm a little lazy. I have once more.
Good, very good.
I got a lot of this leveled up already.
Good, once more will help you in the long run.
Let's see if anything else.
Oh, I forgot you don't get second, because if you pick the sword, you don't get second chance until you're like in the 80s.
Oy.
You know what the sad? This is a criticism I'll bring to Kingdom Hearts 2. It is way too easy to make money in this game.
Well, I was having no trouble in Kingdom Hearts 1, but I trained like a madman.
Well, that too, but 2 has it worse, where you have basically too much money, and I even had that on critical.
Right. Oh, hang on. Let me just save again, because why not?
Which Joel and I have made the executive decision to not show Atlantica, mainly because we're worried about time, copyright, and all that crap. And plus, I don't think a lot of people are interested in hearing Haley Joel Osment and sometimes Donald and Goofy sing. I mean, I think
Haley Joel Osment is a good singer.
I do too, but I don't think quite a few people are interested in that, but I could be wrong.
When he's singing, especially when he's singing the Disney songs.
Yes.
Actually, no, I take that back. I thought he was pretty good with some of those original ones.
Yeah. Him doing Under the Sea is brilliant. What are you doing, Joel?
Sorry, it's like spinning around. So, our itinerary then is Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, let's not go Flow Rider on here, Joel. We don't need to go spin me right round.
And then we want to do at least Twilight Town. And then we'll
we gotta get through Twilight Town, yeah.
And then hopefully we can get to a good chunk of the world that there was, defining how bad Roxas is.
Yeah, because Joel saw me play. You can't get there yet, Joel.
I know that. I'm just flying around.
But bear in mind, people. Joel has seen me fight Roxas on critical, and that.
If you saw me fight Roxas on standard, whoa, that was a.
You should try fight his dad. His data battle is worse.
Oh good, but yeah, we're gonna go to Hollow Bastion first. So this shouldn't be too bad. I'm on almost level 60, so I'm pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm more than just my level count.
Joel, get into the world. Come on.
Okay, sorry. So you know what I was thinking about the other day, today, Cole?
And that is?
So one of my critiques of the Phantom Menace is that it's kind of hard to tell who the main character is.
Actually, now that you mention it, yeah. And it's not even the 12 thing where like.
And that's what I was about to say. Why does 12 get away with it, but Phantom Menace can't?
Because that's the weird thing. Because the weird thing is 12 makes it work better. I mean, 12 doesn't do it perfectly, but 12 at least tries to give 3 characters equal share. I think part of the problem with Phantom Menace comes in the long run of just how it structures its character's time. Like, I think you and I can both agree, Joel, that Obi-Wan really doesn't become important until the latter half of the film.
I feel like it should be his movie.
And sadly, he's pretty non-existent through the second act.
See, that's the problem then. Because, you know, like, structurally, this should be Obi-Wan's movie. I feel like he gets the most arc.
I agree. But like
Qui-Gon doesn't change. Anakin kind of shows up halfway.
But for Anakin, it's more of a setup. Maybe you could argue that it might be Padme's.
See, Padme's probably the best written out of the prequel trilogy in that movie.
Yeah. She's probably the best written in that movie, and I know there are people that would scream at us for saying that, but out of the 3 movies, she's probably the best there that she ever is.
But she doesn't have an arc, though. It's not like she's learning anything. Hang on, go.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. At least not a definitive arc.
She's the queen. She stays the queen. Long live the queen, baby. Long live the queen, baby. And Qui-Gon, he doesn't change. And you know, Qui-Gon, he's. You could argue it's Qui-Gon's movie, but he doesn't really change.
He doesn't really change.
If anything, he's vindicated.
Yeah, I think that's part of the issue with the prequel trilogy. Is I think some of its story conventions. It's not that they use similar story conventions; it's that the story conventions they use just aren't the best utilized.
You see, Episode 2 and 3, I know who the main character is.
Yeah, I agree. Not
Episode 3 especially.
2 and 3, but well, yeah, Episode 3, yeah. But 2, you and I mean, Joel, you and I mean, I have probably the most controversial opinion on 2 that probably anyone has, but there's still some narrative issues here and there.
But it does make me think, when we talk about 12 and how it gets away with it, is that just because 12 is good, or is that a problem that 12 just handles better?
I think it's more, well, bear this in mind too, Joel. You and I have talked about 12, and when I brought this up to you, it's still not good. It's not great in 12. There's still issues with it.
Right.
It's just done better in 12 than it is Phantom Menace. Because I actually, and I think I see where you're going with this, Joel. The thing with 12 is that the 3 characters with Vaughn, Balthier, and Ash, they all interconnect in some way, and the arcs are all interconnected to the main plot. Whereas with Phantom Menace, kind of, but not as neatly threaded as it is in 12.
Okay. Hey, Cole, let me ask you something else about 12 while we're here. How do you feel about sci-fi geopolitics in general? Like, do you feel uncomfortable when it's always just kingdoms and monarchs and empires? Or is you like, okay, except in Star Wars, where you probably should have at least one democracy? The democracy should be the good guys.
You mean, do I think it's a tired?
No, I'm just saying, like, in Star Wars, it's always the rebellion wants to bring back the Republic, and the Empire is the bad guy. They're the dictatorship.
Yeah.
But in Final Fantasy XII, the Empire is the bad guy, but we're not restoring a democracy, we're restoring a monarchy. Which is not a democracy, and hereditary, and all about the bloodlines.
Well, Joel, I think the inevitable thing someone will eventually bring up is that democracy in itself isn't completely perfect either. I mean, imperialism and monarchy are not good, but democracy is by no means perfect. And I think the thing in 12 that I find interesting is that it isn't just solely about democracy. It brings in a lot of different political aspects.
I don't think it's about democracy. Nobody brings up a republic at all.
Well, no. Well, I'm not talking just straight up democracy. I mean other political ideas. I mean, the Empire is straight up Roman imperialist. Dalmasca is straight up monarchy. And Rosaria, if I'm correct, is aristocratic.
That's true. I mean, I'm okay with it because it's not Star Wars. Like, when Star Wars starts saying, oh, maybe we should just restore the monarchy, like, that's when I start getting... To me, Star Wars needs to be more just pure black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Empire is bad. The democracy
Wait, who's talking about restoring monarchy in Star Wars?
Nobody. I'm just saying if that ever happened. Well, there are some stories that did a little politically wonky.
Yeah, come to think of it, I don't think there have been many great